Oh, this guy's gonna get tortured. Mark my words.
Oh, God. Interesting.
Okay. I like this interaction a lot.
Yeah, same.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Spartan.
And I'm Pudgey.
And we are back watching more Game of Thrones. Today we're reacting to Season 2, Episode 5.
Halfway through Season 2, damn.
Yeah, damn, we're working our way. I know some of you feel like we're going at this too slow, but we're definitely working our way. Before you know it, we'll be much further along. Last episode, we left on a pretty big cliffhanger. We saw Melisandre, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. She was giving birth to Stannis' child, but it seemed to be more like some sort of black demon thing. You were theorizing that you thought it was the Lord of Light or something.
Yeah.
But I thought that'd be a bit weird because it was just a complete darkness devil, but who knows?
But then what is she giving birth to then? Like,
could be lots of things. People have already said she's involved in magic. So she's involved, it could be a curse, it could be something to reckon the enemies. Like she believes her faith's based on a Lord of Light, but she could be capable of a lot of things. Sort of like how we saw Drogo, that lady sort of cursed his infection, so people presume anyway. But whatever came out of her was, definitely probably the more extreme we've seen here, other than the White Walkers, something on the more supernatural, mystical side. So I don't know how that's going to play into it, but that was definitely weird. Not what we were expecting. I thought it was going to be just like a premature birth.
I feel like Stannis is just, I mean, he knows what he's getting himself into because he said to Davos, you know, I need you to take her here. Well, I'm assuming he knew that she was going to give birth to this thing.
He seemed to be aware, that it was, because he said you'll never speak about this. So it was not going to be something normal, you know?
But I feel like I don't know, he's just blindly following her, and I don't think it's going to end well for him, to be fair.
Who knows? I do find Stannis hilarious. He's like, his line for me is, I will destroy you. Like whenever he always gives someone an ultimatum.
But it's casually.
It's like, you'll either side with me and serve me or I'll destroy you. Like even when he said it to Renly last episode, it's just funny. Like it's just like casually like, look, support me or I'll destroy you. I love the delivery. So he's pretty funny. I haven't yet seen him as a commander yet to see what he's like in battle and as a leader too much, but I find him enjoyable.
I don't think he's going to have that presence just yet because
they're building him up.
Yeah, but also because he doesn't have a lot of armies or men following behind him. He's got like a really small group of people that are so loyal to him. But yeah, like Renly said, he hasn't really made friends over the years and he's never wanted friends. So friends are power, or, you know, friendship is power, whatever Renly said. It is interesting though that, I mean, we're slowly getting it drip fed throughout each of the episodes, but each character has a different perception of what power is. And it's quite interesting hearing everyone's different take on it.
Yeah, we know a lot of you were upset that we cut out the Cersei's power is power line, which did appear in our full-length reaction, but didn't make the YouTube edit. But that was her take, obviously. And then Littlefinger's was sort of like, he seems to be more of like power is the deception of, you know, feeling powerful. It's not necessarily like you've got power, it's the perception that you're powerful. He's very much about deceit and stuff. That's sort of how he's gotten powerful. I don't remember him saying something along those lines.
Littlefinger or Varys?
No, Littlefinger. Because, you know, his way of getting power is very much knowing what goes on around and working in the shadows kind of thing. And then
his knowledge is power rather than deception.
Yeah.
Whereas
Stannis would be, I'll destroy you is power.
Yeah. Well, I think his is like, whatever's rightfully mine is my power. I think that's what his perception is. But I thought Varys, I can't remember how to pronounce his name, is the one that is like, oh, power is within the beholder. Like, you know.
We also see Stannis as, he's very by the book kind of guy. Like, he's fairly objective. Like, with his right-hand man, I can't remember his name, but the one that he had 3 fingers cut off,
Davos.
Okay. With Davos, who had his 3 fingers cut off, we saw that fair where it was like, well, you did something as a thief or whatever it was, but you also have done good. So the punishment fits the crime. It wasn't just blank out, you're good or you're bad. It's, I'm going to match it to what you've done. Yeah, he's not just black and white like that. And I can respect that.
Yeah, I do like that about him, to be fair.
Yeah, it's interesting to see a leader be so objective like that in that way. Usually it's just like, look, you've broken the rules, I have to punish you or whatever. Whereas he just follows his own virtue. So I respect it.
Yeah, I mean, episode 1 of season 1, Ned had to behead someone because they ran away from that whole White Walker situation. He ran away because he almost died and he saw his, the people that he was with die as well. But that punishment, I don't feel like fit the crime. So then you have Stannis, who is, very much leading, I guess, in that way.
Depends, because in a way, I mean, they took the vows, and the vows are you die on the job, and we don't know what his backstory, right? A lot of people are thieves and murderers and, even worse. So, depends.
Relative. At the end there, we saw Arya is now with Tywin Lannister.
As her cup holder. What?
As his cupbearer now. So that'll be interesting. Yeah. Thankfully, Harrenhal was just like a small portion for now. It looks like Tywin really stepped in and made sure that this, wasn't going to be happening anymore.
Oh, I don't know about anymore. He just sort of...
For that time being.
He just called them out. But I think Harrenhal will definitely be around for a while. But it's interesting having Arya so close to the Lannisters. If only Tywin knew that Cersei wants her dead and she's a threat to the throne, I don't think he'd hesitate to kill her. So this will be interesting to see if they form a bond as well and how that'll impact his decision making.
I wonder if Tywin will figure it out, whether that, that she is a Stark.
I wonder if he'll train her and turn her into more of a warrior.
I hope so.
That could be good. The other big thing that happened was Daenerys got let into Qarth, I'm pretty sure. Qarth. That looked like a really nice, almost like Mediterranean Greek style place. But yeah, I found it odd how resistant she was to showing her dragons. That to me just felt off, given it's like, well, you need entry here. You don't have any other choices. Just show the damn dragons. I don't know what she was hiding there. But anyway, nonetheless, they're in there. So these people seem like a new mysterious people. So we'll see. I'm assuming that Daenerys looks like she's sort of slowly going to rise to some sort of leadership somewhere. But I'm waiting to see how her influence is going to grow and how she's going to go about it. 'Cause she's still very much, sort of naive. She was given power by her marriage, but never really claimed it for herself. So she's still learning how to be able to play the Game of Thrones, if you will, and work her way up in status.
Well, I think at the moment she's not really playing the Game of Thrones. She's literally just surviving. But
She sort of is, because she's still leading people. And she was trying to, like, with those people, she was very upfront. Like, you will give us shelter. You said these things. I am the dragon, queen of the dragons. Whatever.
Mother of the dragons.
Yeah, mother of the dragons, whatever. She's putting forth a very big argument. So she is playing a game of leadership. That's what I refer to as the Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. And she obviously has ambition to, she wants to claim back the throne eventually. So everything she's doing, in my perspective from that, is towards the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, true. I think the other important thing to note is, more in hindsight, it was evident that in last episode, when that guy came back on his horse to meet Daenerys and told everyone about Qarth, Daenerys asked Jorah, and Jorah said, well, yeah, I know this place, and they literally have a garden of bones, and every time they shut their gates or deny anyone access, that garden grows larger. So really, I think Daenerys had to put everything into that to be let in. Otherwise, her and everyone else would die.
But I don't agree with that, because you should have to put everything into it. Then it's as simple as showing your dragons and they let her in.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if, I don't know, the dragons being so small wouldn't have been as convincing.
That's the only thing I can think of.
I don't know.
And I'm assuming the reason why everyone dies is because the desert's so vast. If you don't get in there, there's just the other tribes seem to be more cutthroat, and so you pretty much got nowhere to go.
Potentially, yeah. Just quickly going back to Harrenhal, that guy that was eating the apple, kind of dealing out the torture tactics?
Oh yeah, that weirdo, yeah.
Yeah, he kept mentioning something about the Brotherhood and
yeah,
who are they? True. Where are they? So I feel like that's also like another mystery that's like seeping through.
And I feel like it's going to tie into something that we're already seeing without knowing what it is. Now, it is episode 5. We felt halfway point in the season would be a good point to update our like, hate, and love list. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm a little bit boring. Mine hasn't changed. I was looking at it. And
At all?
I couldn't think of anything to change. So I'll read it out for anyone who maybe wants a refresher. But I couldn't change anything just yet. Not enough has happened for me to really move someone around. So
I think once you hear mine, you might go, oh,
maybe. So maybe since mine's boring, I should start.
Yeah, you start.
We'll do it at a time. And we haven't discussed these prior. We always keep them, secret to make it a bit more fun.
Okay.
So for my love, it's still the big 3. I've got Robb Stark, Jon Snow, and Tyrion. And Tyrion's honestly just been rising in these episodes. So
yeah.
He's definitely solidifying himself there.
Tyrion's definitely like my number 1 fave standout right now. So he's in my love list. Then Robb Stark has made it to my love list. and Arya is still there.
For like, mine is still Jorah, Bronn, and Arya. I did consider moving Jorah because we haven't seen him do too much, but I didn't know exactly who I'll swap him with just yet. So
Okay.
I'm like, oh, I'll keep him there.
Okay, so my like list is, I think her name's Alessia, the one that Rob Stark was with last episode. Like, it was only a
Oh,
brief
that he was
moment.
flirting with.
Yeah.
Really?
The
She
one
made
that,
the list already?
yeah, I liked her attitude. Like, she was cutting that guy's leg off to help
Oh,
him.
yeah, it was rough scenes.
Yeah, I like her. I like Shay, which is Tyrion's partner,
Okay, interesting.
and Joa Mormont. Do you want to change your like list now that you heard mine?
Nah, not at all. Not even close.
Really?
Yeah, not even close. Dude. I don't care about any of
Not
those.
even to Mormont?
No, I'm still pretty firm in my like list, to be honest. So we'll see.
I go hate list.
And hate list is still the three snakes, Joffrey, Cersei, and Littlefinger.
Okay. All right. My hate list is definitely Joffrey. The Red Priestess, Melisandre.
Oh, yeah, true. She's working her way there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I couldn't decide between Sneaky Snake Pycelle or the guy that I mentioned before at Harrenhal that was eating the apple.
Right. See, Pycelle is interesting because, yeah, he's an absolute snake and he's a sellout, but because he doesn't feel as much of a threat, I sort of just, like, forgotten about him.
I think I started disliking him when he did that whole, like, fake setting upright thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's so just deceitful in everything. It's not even just, like, his words. It's his body language, everything. Yeah, you can't trust someone like that. Honorable mentions list, Sirio, guys. I think we've come to the conclusion that he did die.
Yeah, true. I forgot about him. What happened to him? Actually, no, I do have an honorable mentions too. I'll get to it in a sec.
Okay.
What happened to Sirio? Yeah.
So the guy that he was versing, we saw him, I think, last episode. So I kind of concluded that
I thought we might have even seen him at the end of season 1, but I couldn't exactly remember which one he looked like. But there's no way that, dude, I can't believe they killed him off screen if they did. I hope they didn't. I thought he was going to make another appearance.
I don't know. I feel like they did. I still have this secret hope that he'll just, like, come out of nowhere, but...
Damn.
But he was very important for Arya, so I really love that.
Yeah, I liked him. Well, he died very nobly if he's dead, but I was secretly hoping that he'd rock up.
And my last honorable mention is, I don't know if I can technically do this, but I'm going to anyways, Ned's presence.
I love Ned, but even that's a bit...
No,
I get what you
because
mean. They've called back to him a lot of times.
yeah, and I just feel his presence throughout the show, like we were saying in last episode.
My honorable mention is Yoren. When I finally started to like him, my man was taken too soon.
I know, my
especially
poor
when he
Yoren.
shared that story, and he related to Arya. It was just, I really felt for him, really connected to him, and I saw the goodness in him, despite, I'm sure he's done some bad things, but I saw the goodness in him, and he's been just trying to fight the best fight he knows how to.
Yeah.
I mean, he sacrificed himself to protect, Arya and Gendry, who really he didn't owe a thing to, but, he chose to stick true to what he'd sort of promised Ned and just promised himself. So I got to respect the man. Yeah.
Yeah, same. I'm going to agree with that one. So there's just a little side note thing that I want to address because I've noticed a lot of, back and forth in the comments. So this is like officially us addressing it. Look, we're not stressed. Our dynamic is our dynamic. I'm not crying on camera or anything. We've got pretty good banter and I dish it out. He takes it. He dishes it out. I take it. Yeah. That's just how we roll. And I don't think you guys need to be concerned about it because we're definitely not.
Yeah, look, I know it's 2022 and it is the era of the snowflake where everything is offensive and whatever. But our relationship off screen, we're pretty tough skinned. We have quite, hardcore banter with each other. We both love it. And so our dynamic works for us. I know to some of you guys, I might appear like I'm very blunt. I'm very upfront. And yeah, absolutely, I can be, very dismissive of opinions and stuff. That's just how I am. I'm very confident in my view. And when I'm wrong, I hope it makes it more entertaining for you guys to laugh at the fact that Spartan was wrong. I personally find it hilarious when someone's confident and I know they're going to be wrong. So if anything, you guys should be enjoying it, entertaining, but don't worry. Like, we have a good dynamic and we're used to each other and we're not perfect, but we're both very much enjoying this experience. So,
And you know what the funny thing is? I'm also like headstrong and confident in my opinion. It just so happens that I tend to be right a little more often.
Yeah, don't worry, my day will come when I'll be writing everything.
Hey, you have like called quite a few things that I haven't like been able to see because you look at like the bigger picture stuff. So
Yeah, I know that, but apparently the comments don't know that. Although don't worry, I do see you guys in the comments who give Spartan some love. Don't worry.
Can you guys give my man some love? Because
No stress. You guys keep enjoying. Lastly, we do just want to say a huge thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. We could not do this without you, so the support is an essential part of running the channel. We do appreciate it a lot. For anyone who's interested in supporting us over on Patreon, check out the link in our description. We do have ad-free episodes, early access to upcoming reactions, and full-length uncut reactions on our Patreon. So if you're interested in any of those, check that out. For anyone over on YouTube, if you enjoyed today's reaction, remember to leave a like. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought, and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date and you know as soon as our next episode drops.
Okay, so this episode is called The Ghost of Harrenhal, so that kind of scares me a little
Harrenhal's
bit.
not done just yet.
No.
Interesting. Maybe we'll get more insight into that theory you had.
Your son can go on calling himself king in the north. The Starks will have dominion over all lands north of Merk Caitlin, provided he swears me an oath of fealty.
And the wording of this oath?
The same Ned Stark swore to Robert 18 years ago.
Ooh, interesting.
Their friendship held the kingdoms together.
That's true.
Yeah.
And in return for my son's loyalty?
In the morning, I'll destroy my brother's army.
Oh, the confidence. Interesting. This union's interesting.
Negotiate a peace with your brother.
Negotiate with Stannis.
It's probably not going to work. Oh, damn. No way, dude.
That didn't happen.
What the hell is it? There's no way he dies like that, man.
Oh my god.
What the hell is happening, dude?
Oh.
Well, they got destroyed.
Holy shit.
What the hell,
No
man?
way he's dead.
I can never enjoy a moment of prosperity in this show, can I?
Baratheons are just like leaving this show.
That's pretty dirty by Stannis if he knew that was going to play like that.
I hope he didn't know.
She genuinely cared about him a lot. She was very loyal.
You can't avenge him if you're dead.
Yeah, good point. Jesus, dude. Wow. I thought Renly was going to have a much bigger part than that.
I know.
This show, man. This show.
Is he like fully dead? Like,
Gone.
oh god.
So now will Stannis by right have his army as well? If he does, that's a game changer.
I will put a sword through his righteous face.
Stay here.
He would have been a true king, a good king.
Because he was the one talking him up, remember?
What do you desire most in this world?
Revenge.
I have always found that to be the purest of motivations.
Of course you did, Littlefinger.
Damn.
I can't believe it still.
Only one Baratheon left.
Well, two.
Calling yourself king doesn't make you one. And if Renly wasn't a king, I wasn't a queen.
Interesting.
She's very aware of the situation.
I want to be the queen.
Oh.
Oh, she's ambitious.
Tell me they get together.
Nah.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, that look there makes me think.
Marcella's a sweet, innocent girl, and I don't blame her at all for you.
Oh.
Aren't you always so clever with your schemes and your plots?
Well, clearly you're not.
Schemes and plots are the same thing. They are going to attack us.
I love him.
King is taking personal charge of siege preparation.
That's not good news.
It's the king's royal prerogative to withhold sensitive information from his counselors.
She's so smug.
But she's dumb because Joffrey has no experience. It's gonna ruin them. Like trusting Joffrey, the guy's an idiot.
Probably her advice. Who knows?
If the vile allegations against my brother and sister are true, do you think it will make Jaime more likely to kill you or less?
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Ooh.
Tell him you're fucking her, I mean.
They have thousands of pots already stored in their vaults. They are planning to launch it from the city walls into Stannis' ships and armies.
Shit.
Swear to me on what?
On my life.
but I don't care about your life.
Look how small that
Look how
is.
small it is. That's pretty funny.
Kill me if anything should happen to Lord Tyrion.
It will be my pleasure.
I'm sure it would be.
Tyrion's doing a great job. He's playing the game well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about your brother, Your Grace. I wanted to let you know that people grieve for him. Your Grace. Fools love a fool.
Oh, damn. Cold.
Oh, wow.
What I saw in that cave.
Made it clear to you there'd be no need to speak to me in this
Your
matter.
Grace,
I've never known you to need to hear a thing twice.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that was not normal, dude.
Davos doesn't know what to do. He's followed him so loyally for so long.
If you take King's Landing with her by your side, the victory will be hers.
I never thought I'd have reason to doubt your loyalty. Was I wrong?
Loyal service means telling hard truths.
Yeah, facts.
Some believe she whispers orders in your ear and you obey.
Seems that way.
Yeah, true.
You won those bannermen from Renly. Don't lose them to her.
Well said. Well said. Good on Stannis for
Set out
listening.
King's Landing without Lady Melisandre.
Ooh, Stannis.
All right, Stannis.
My time on the sea was spent evading ships, not attacking them. The other lords won't be happy.
Most of those lords should consider themselves lucky I don't hang them for treason.
All right. Stannis is growing on me.
Interesting.
Okay. I like this interaction a lot.
Yeah, same.
Stannis' leadership side's getting more faith behind him, you know? If someone's going to challenge Tywin, I believe he can do it. Oh, look at that. Maybe that's the pain of his brother. Like, it did hurt him in the end.
Perhaps.
The burden of leadership.
I respect him for listening, you know?
Go, Stannis.
Brother fornicates with sister in the bed of kings. And we're surprised when the fruit of the incest...
Oh, this guy's going to get tortured. Mark my words.
Oh, God.
It's hard to argue with his assessment.
Well, after what he did to your birthday present.
Oh, they know about that. The knights there are listening, so surely they'll pass it on the message.
You have to admire his imagination.
He's talking about you.
Demon monkey?
People think you're pulling the king's strings. They blame you for the city's ills.
Oh, wow. Poor Tyrion. You're not my demon monkey.
I like Tyrion. If you guys didn't realise. Yeah, I'm wondering about him now. Where does his loyalty lie? After that baptism or whatever he did. Is that the one ship that he's going to man?
Think so.
Not the embrace he thought he was going to get.
I'm your commander. Welcome.
Looks like they didn't even give him real men.
Stop! Your captain commands you to stop!
Yeah, I don't respect him.
Don't reckon I've got much use for a captain at all. I'm thinking I could do the job of captain real well myself.
Here we go. Put him in his place.
Slap him. I get it. How can he have their respect? He hasn't been there all these years.
And I will hunt you down, drag you back here in chains, and hang you for a traitor.
Wow.
We yield.
Damn, even she's sarcastic. Poor guy has no respect. She's kind of a prick.
Better get out there. Wouldn't want her to set sail without you.
That would never happen. My crew would wait on deck for a year if I asked them to.
Shit.
Damn, it's pretty unfair how he got treated. He's the one that saved them in one sense.
Who are you?
Dagmar, the first mate.
Dagmar.
They're all Iron Islanders. What they do as they're told. What they do as they like.
Ooh. Interesting.
Good point.
Let's go.
We can never hold it for more than a few days. As soon as Winterfell got word that we'd taken Torrens Square, the Starks would send their men to take it back.
And then?
He'll have to fight his brothers.
No, I don't think
Wait.
that's what he wants.
Is he saying they could work with the Starks?
Yeah.
Interesting.
We've underestimated the Stark boy for too long.
Yes, you have.
I worship him.
You've been waiting for him to fail. He is not going to fail. Not without our help.
It's interesting she's listening in.
Perhaps we'd profit from some sleep.
Yes, I think you would, Reginald. And because you're my cousin, I might even let you wake from that sleep.
Ooh.
Go before I change my mind and send her your head.
Damn. Shit. Alright, now I see why it's number one.
Where are you from?
Maidenpool.
And who are the lords of Maidenpool? Remind me.
House Mooten, my lord.
And what is their sigil?
Damn, lucky she has her backup.
You're a northerner, aren't you? Good. And one more time, where are you from?
Barrington, my lord. House Dustin. 2 crossed long axes beneath a black crown.
Damn, lucky she had the backup.
They call him the Young Wolf.
And?
They say he rides into battle on the back of a giant dire wolf.
Well done, Ariel. She's holding her own.
They say he can't be killed.
Do you believe them?
No, anyone can be killed.
Oh.
Yeah, they can.
He's figuring it out, I reckon.
He's sharp, but she's doing a very good job for her age. I've got to give her respect.
Yeah.
Ariel, you're doing amazing, dude. I hope Rob comes and saves
I'd be
her.
shaking in my boots, like.
Oh, you just start crying, you'd be game over. Or you start laughing like a joker.
Yeah.
Oh, those people.
Yeah. Haka Jar or something like that, his name.
Did they become Lannister soldiers?
Looks like it.
But why would they have been captive then?
No, so remember when Tywin came to Harrenhal, he said, we've got better use of them, like, being part of the army or, like, like part of the crew in some way rather than just, like, killing them off for information.
I wonder why they didn't acknowledge each other at all then, though. Or was it because they don't want to be seen in public? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I assume he'd be grateful to Arya. They seem to have a decent bond.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to have a little bit of a bigger role. It may not be massive,
To
but
come.
yeah.
Hopefully to help Arya and not backstab her.
Oh my God, I hope so.
But we can never lower our guard with this damn show.
Look, the way he looked at her when Arya saved them, like from that little confined space, I feel like he would help her. I don't think that he would betray her. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty confident in that. Can you have confidence in Game of Thrones? No. But I am.
And I just want to say before I forget, I can't change my list right now, but all I can say is so far, both Tywin and Stannis are definitely looking promising to make it onto my next like list, at least. It depends on what happens in the next 5 episodes, but right now, if I'd seen this episode maybe before, they might have made it on there because I'm liking their character and just the way they assess the situation and sort of stay fairly objective in their analysis as leaders. They're not just blindsided in one way as we've seen, as the disgrace that is King Joffrey.
The girl keeps her mouth closed.
I love the way he speaks.
He talks in like third person or something.
A boy becomes a girl.
I was always a girl.
And I was always aware.
He's intriguing.
You're one of them now. Should have let you burn.
Oh.
And you fetch water for one of them now.
I was going to say, yeah.
Why is this right for you and wrong for me?
I didn't have a choice.
You did. I did. And here we are.
Good point.
He could have run off.
Yeah. Or die.
And only death may pay for life.
Interesting.
Who says that? I've heard that before.
Speak 3 names. And the man will do the rest.
I like it.
I can name anyone. And you'll kill him.
A man has said.
If only he knew her enemy list.
I know.
The one who tortures everyone.
A man needs a name.
I don't know his name. They call him the Tickler.
He's very confident.
What about the other 2?
And he was on your hate list.
I think so. Is it the Tickler?
I think she probably wants to kill certain people too, right?
Oh, yeah, true.
She's an honourable Stark, don't forget.
So it is possible for someone to survive out here on their own.
Benjen.
Yeah, we're still waiting to hear about what happened to him.
Gilly, you'd love it, eh?
Oh, Gilly.
Oh, man's in love. Damn, where the hell are they, dude? It's high up.
The music isn't settling at all.
Smart people don't find themselves in places like this.
I think they were afraid. I think they came here to get away from something.
Interesting perspective.
1 glass for friends. 2 for foes.
And 3 for White Walkers. It's been 1,000 years, but that's the only time they blow the horn 3 times.
Okay, so no one knows that.
1,000 years, how do you know?
He reads.
Well,
I read it in a book.
You can see John's observing a lot, learning,
The substance burns so hot, it melts flesh like tallow.
Joffrey would love that, huh?
You would not dare insult my order whilst Aerys Targaryen lived.
Well, he's not living anymore.
And all his pots of wildfire didn't help him, did they?
True.
That's why it's on my like list.
I mean, it looks like a decent amount, if I'm not mistaken.
Are these the pots that they were setting up, yeah?
Our present count stands at 7,800.
Oh.
The contents of this room could lay King's Landing low.
Yeah, it can backfire big time.
I won't be making wildfire for my sister any longer. You'll be making it for me.
For what?
Interesting.
Dracarys.
Oh. It did it.
They say he's the wealthiest man in Kar. It is known.
Is he the one that vouched for her? It's going to be interesting to see when her story intertwines with King's Landing.
I think we got a while yet, though.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Malako says the statue is too heavy to carry.
Oh, they don't know how to pillage things.
She's gonna contain her savages. Like she doesn't have enough to worry about.
On behalf of the warlocks of Karth, I welcome you.
The hell's that?
It looks sickly.
So they're warlocks? That mean they can wield magic?
Look closely enough, and you can see yourself in them. Often more than once.
What the hell?
Whoa.
Should you grow tired of Saro's baubles and trinkets, it would be an honor to host you at the House of the Undying.
Oh, now you want to.
Damn. I wonder if it's just a twin as an illusion or if he actually duplicated himself.
You watch over her.
Do I know you?
I know you.
What the hell?
Oh, wow.
Oh, no one. But she is the mother of dragons. She needs true protectors, now more than ever. And fire is power.
Okay, another perspective on power.
But she's a little mystery, isn't she?
Yeah, damn.
How is she even in there?
A shadow in the shape of a man.
In the shape of Stannis.
Interesting. Like it was carrying out his will.
But I could serve you, if you would have me.
Oh.
Interesting.
And I think that when the time comes, you will not hold me back. Promise me that you will not hold me back from Stannis.
Damn.
This is interesting.
She's got her own bodyguard.
Then I am yours, my lady. I will shield your back and give my life for yours if it comes to that.
She probably needs it now more than ever.
Yeah.
I vow that you shall always have a place in my home and at my table, and that I shall ask no service of you that might bring you dishonor.
Oh.
That's nice. I respect it.
Lucky Catelyn.
Still iffy about her not respecting Jon Snow, though.
Yeah.
You can send 2 orphan boys from Winterstown home with you to help watch over your flock. If you can give them room and board.
He's learning. Wow.
Yeah.
Becoming a little man.
Torrens Square is under siege. Torrens Square is barely 40 leagues from here. How can the Lannisters strike so far north?
The Greyjoys.
Do you need so many?
If we can't protect our own bannermen, why should they protect us?
Fair point. Nice.
Go, Bran!
So this will be interesting now. We get to see Greyjoy's plan, or Theon's plan. I can't imagine him betraying the Starks, to be honest. He's too close with them now.
I know, I hope not. But I'm proud of Bran.
You're lying.
You might be a little old, but don't you call me a liar.
You know what it means.
I never said I didn't.
She's looking a lot more tame now as well.
In the Godswood, you told me you didn't dream. Now who's the liar?
I love their relationship, actually.
Yeah.
I dreamt that the sea came to Winterfell. I saw waves crashing against the gates.
That's
The water
Stannis.
came flowing over the wall.
The sea representing his sea army.
Greyjoys. They've got
I thought about that, but
flooded the castle.
I feel like they're not strong enough.
The sea is hundreds of miles away.
I know.
Yeah, it's probably Theon's sister.
What do they say about it? North of the wall.
They say all sorts of crazy things north of the wall.
Come on,
Interesting.
tell
I know.
us.
I said Stannis because Stannis controls the fleets in the water, that's why.
I mean, yeah, potentially, but I just thought it would be Yara. Is
No, I
that
agree
her
with
name?
that. That's why I
Yeah.
was just clarifying why I said him, but now I'm thinking Yara makes more sense because she's commanding 30 ships and she's particularly following that order out. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also interesting like how the dreams come about. Obviously, it's not like realistic. It's just like metaphorically the way they're conceptualized.
Yeah, but they come true. So we just, I wonder what that one ends up panning out to be.
Imagine how scary that would be for Bran though. Like, you know what's going to happen, and it hasn't happened like so many times yet. Like, he's still slowly, confirming everything, but yeah, that would be so heavy to have on your shoulders. But I am proud of him. The last time we saw him in that position, Maester Luwin was kind of making the decisions and teaching him how to do it. And, Maester Luwin didn't even have to step in. He just knew what to do and did it.
Yeah, you can see all the family has had to grow in the absence of Ned.
Yeah.
And in the harshness of things now, everyone's had to grow up real quick and take responsibility to carry the Stark name. So it's cool seeing everyone carry their own fair share of the responsibility.
But I wonder what Rickard was doing, because he was like smashing stones or something. So
No, it looked like it was wood. Maybe
Wood.
just the kid fidgeting, just like he doesn't want to be part of the responsibility of it.
I don't think so. I think it's a little more than that, to be fair.
Lord Commander, I'd like to join Lord Corrin.
I thought so.
You're a steward, Snow, not a ranger. I fought and killed a white. How many rangers can say that?
True.
Respect.
You also let an old man beat your bruddy and take your sword.
True.
Sammy was laughing.
I could take up John's duties while he's gone, my lord. There'd be no trouble.
Oh,
Sammy's a good friend.
I love Sammy.
I hope you make a better ranger than you do as steward.
I think he does want to risk losing John as well, He does respect him. Now we get to see John in some action. That'd be good.
What do you want, Zarazo and Doxos? The gates of the city you bled for me. Why?
I will show you why.
Okay.
Let's see.
This will be interesting.
Because he is kind of intriguing.
I offer the greatest locksmith in Carth their weight in gold if they could break into it. I made the same offer to the greatest thieves. They all went home empty-handed. The only thing that can open this door is this key.
And it can all be mine.
All? Well, let's just say half.
All. She's pretty ambitious.
All I have to do.
Is marry me.
That was a romantic proposal.
What the hell?
But marry me and I will give you the 7 kingdoms.
That's what Drogo
Damn.
promised.
Where did he come from? I don't get it.
So random.
Yeah.
Robert Baratheon is dead.
Damn, he has knowledge too.
Looks like she didn't really know that.
The time to strike is now. We need to find ships and an army, or we'll spend the rest of our lives rotting away at the edge of the world.
Rich men do not become rich by giving more than they get.
Yeah. She's very rash.
Do not speak to me like I'm a child.
Damn.
Ooh.
She's got a bit of an attitude now.
You may cover it up and deny it, but you have a gentle heart.
I was hoping he'd say that.
Someone who can rule and should rule. Centuries come and go without a person like that coming into the world. There are times when I look at you and I still can't believe you're real.
Damn, fair enough. That's nice. He seems very sincere in that.
Yeah.
So what would you have me do as my advisor?
I think they got her trust as well.
They seem very awkward.
Find your own ship. You only need one. The allies we need are in Westeros, not Garth.
Wonder if they'll get into more trouble though by denying the proposition given to her before.
That interaction was interesting because she doesn't really break eye contact with people, and it was kind of everywhere for both of them.
You should stand side face.
Huh? Side face?
Sideways.
Am I fighting someone?
You're practicing for a fight. You should practice right.
Interesting. She remembers the teachings.
Yeah.
Did you see anything? Go up there!
Oh, it's the guy with the apple.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Go up to battle.
Ah,
Nice.
true to his word. Now he's eating the apple.
Well, you can cross him off your hate list because man's gone. Looks like it was Christopher Ledge or something. The cliffhanger there was a bit more expected for me. As soon as I saw them in what looks like Harrenhal, I could be wrong, but it looked like Harrenhal. Straight away, I was like, I saw Arya there. I'm like, okay, they're going to end with a death. I didn't verbalize it, but that one was a bit more of the predictable cliffhangers. But I guess it shows that they're true to their word and they definitely can get the job done. Then I think I wonder who are the next two people she'll call.
Yeah, because I think you're right. She does want to kill certain people herself.
Yeah, she has her own resolve and pride behind that.
So his name is Jakahaka.
The guy that died?
The guy that killed.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
The guy that speaks in like third person.
Jakahaka, yeah, okay.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Okay.
I'm liking him, to be fair. I've always kind of found him intriguing since he was in that little, like, I don't know what it's called, but that little confined space with the other two. But yeah, I like him a little bit more this episode.
For sure, yeah, interesting. And I wonder what lands he's from. He seems to speak like he's from a foreign place, so...
He did mention it the first time we met him, I think, but I don't remember now. I cannot believe that Renly is dead.
Yeah, that opening was like, holy shit. That just happened very quick, picked up from last episode. Found it interesting that they said the shadow spirits seem to be in the shape of Stannis.
Yeah, I kind of picked up on that, but I was like, oh, no, I don't know. Like, I might be reading too much into it. It was like skinnier than Stannis, I think, but yeah.
And it looked like when she birthed the shadow thing, Stannis's baby was gone. So does that mean he's not going to have a kid? It was just birthed that curse almost? Like, who knows?
Yeah, I think it was giving birth to that.
It was like his will or his ambition was like through sex, put into her and manifested into some sort of curse or spirit or something. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. That's so weird. Like, we still don't know how that was done exactly, but yeah, it is a bit weird, isn't it?
We got teased a little bit more on Jon Snow this one. They're still slowly unraveling that story, but I'm almost finding that the most interesting, to be honest. Well, I guess Jon Snow and Daenerys both, there's like the King's Landing main battle, and we're sort of just, that's going and just learning the characters more. But then you got these two stories on the outskirts developing, and almost in a very unpredictable way. You don't really know where, Jon Snow's story outside the wall, and then Khaleesi's story or Daenerys' story in Karth. Like, you don't really know what to expect of it all, like how it's going to turn out. It's all very mysterious, and you're sort of getting bits of history and character development and relationships developing on either side. I'm just finding that sort of interesting, and it's happening at a slow pace, so it's sort of drip feeding you along.
I feel like we're not getting enough of what's happening at the wall, but I guess they kind of need to drag that out to kind of soon align with what's happening everywhere else.
Yeah, and I feel like it'll take over at some point in the story, but right now the main thing is the Battle of the Iron Throne, I guess.
Yeah. Or like the battle in Westeros.
We didn't see anything of Joffrey this episode, and I feel all the much better for it.
Yeah, when you see him, it's just... Ugh.
Honestly, I'm actually more nervous, because I don't like seeing like really unjust, horrible death. I don't really enjoy it. And so when I see him, I'm just like, what horrible thing am I going to have to endure now? And it's sort of like, it makes me uncomfortable.
Seeing Cersei was enough this episode. That like we haven't seen Jaime for a while.
Yeah, true. I was thinking about that before the episode, actually. That's interesting. Yeah, I wonder what's happening with him.
We didn't see Rob this episode.
Yeah, it is interesting how they sort of keep characters out of it for, could be several episodes, and then bring them in. Rob's only been very little by little the last few episodes, or not at all. So I'm looking forward to a big appearance.
I think that's the main reason of like why certain characters, like you start to connect with other ones compared to the ones you liked previously and things like that. But there's so many new characters, like I don't know.
Too many names.
Yeah, I don't remember how to pronounce his name. Zayo or something, like the one in Karth that's now essentially proposed to Daenerys. Like,
yeah,
I find him intriguing. I have since last episode, since he kind of put his neck on the line for Daenerys. But I wonder what his goal is. Like, okay, he wants the... well, I don't think he technically wants that. He just wants to give her that for something else.
I didn't fully get his point behind telling the story of he's tried to get people to steal the vault, to break into that vault, which is protected by Valerian steel, and he has the key to it, so no one's been able to break it. But half of what's in there could be hers if she marries him. What was the point of that being unbreakable? Like, is that trying to flex his resources, his ability? Like, I don't get it. And I don't get how that tied into his ambition. So it was just, that felt I didn't fully pick up on the point of that.
I'm not sure. Maybe, and I don't know, maybe I think only dragon fire can.
That's what I thought it was alluding to, but then the direction he went, I was like, okay, because I thought he wanted her to break into it, but then he's like, no, I've got the key. So unless he's saying he can't open it with the key, because I thought he was going to ask her if Dragonfire to break into it.
Yeah,
But then
that's what I initially thought.
Yeah, but then his point was, you know, I want to marry me and I'll help you get the throne. So, well, that's very different to your initial request. So now I'm sort of lost on that one.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Like, I think if I think about it, I can kind of piece a few things together, but it seemed a bit sketchy in terms of like just not being super clear, but who knows, that might even be cleared up later on down the track. I'm very happy where Arya is at. Like, she seems safe. She's got a few people that have got her back.
She's maturing a lot.
Yeah, she is. And I like her relationship with Gendry, and now this Jakahara or whatever, this guy. But even paying homage to Syrio, you know, teaching Gendry how to fight and things. Yeah, like, it is super nice. Like, again, like, the world is so good at making characters live through and live on. So
I was about to make that point too. I think what makes this world feel so alive is even when we don't get characters on screen, they're mentioned of so much and talked about, and by many different people in the world. Even Daenerys at the end talking about the conflicts going on in Westeros just makes it feel like the world's so much more interconnected and alive, and everyone's sort of aware of everyone's situation. So that makes it more interesting. And I think it makes it more exciting. Like, I'm anticipating when eventually, you know, different groups are going to come to contact and what that'll be like. It's like, oh, wow. Like, I'm almost, feels like each group's in a different world. It feels like Jon Snow's in a different world to Westeros and a different world to the Dothraki. And when they start to interact, it's going to be like, holy shit, like, it's happening, you know? So I think that, and it's happening at a pace where it's building up very slowly. So you really like looking forward to that interaction.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it in season 1 at some point, saying like, you know, it's almost like you're watching a completely different show when we see the Dothraki compared to like everyone in Westeros.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I was kind of hating on Catelyn for a little bit just because she was so rash with the whole, you know, pointing her finger at Tyrion.
I dislike her a bit because I don't like the way she treated Jon Snow. Like, for being a bastard. And we haven't seen much of that since, but I didn't like that.
I think because we haven't seen that since, I'm kind of like swaying to liking her a little bit. Like, I definitely don't love her. But yeah, like, I see that she is caring and she is motherly, even though not to our boy Jon. And she seems like she's taking her time and not making rash decisions. I hope I'm not speaking too soon. She's been there, done that. I hope it stays in the past, because that caused a lot of havoc for our boy Ned.
Well, she seems to be putting a lot of faith in her son, Rob, now, just taking the lead. And she's sort of just almost saying, I just want to be a mother again. I want to return to simpler times and let, you know, Rob fight the war. So maybe that's, but again, I can see a few twists with her coming along as well. So we'll wait and see.
I found it, Arya and Tywin's interaction, quite intriguing. I feel like he does kind of know who Arya is, or is at least trying to piecing that together.
He definitely suspects her. You can see that in his face.
Yeah. And, you know, Arya, I had the balls to lie, but she got caught out. But I guess we see how Maester Luwin was, you know, teaching Bran all the history and stuff. You can see in these scenarios how important it is to remember those teachings.
Yep.
But I find Tywin intriguing because I don't see him as completely just bad, but I don't see him as
he's a very strong leader, so he's not one to mess with either. Guys, we hope you enjoyed our reaction to this episode. This episode was a heavy hitter. A lot of world building and character development happening. If you enjoyed, remember to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button as well, so you know as soon as we drop our next episode. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.